So this interview will basically be about your experience there and just like a review of the classes and everything that's happened. Okay, let's get into it. Will you please introduce yourself, your name, what you're doing right now, in terms of like schooling or like work and whatnot?
Okay, so I'm Marley now. I'm 18. I don't know if that matters, but I'm 18. No, I'm 19. Whoa, wait. Sorry. Sorry. I'm 19. I'm a university student and yeah.
Okay, great. So, like, what has your experience been with dance? Like, what level are you at right now?
So I say at the moment I'm like intermediate, maybe like beginner intermediate. They're around there still growing, getting better as it goes, but not professional at all.
Okay. But have you had any like classes before, or is this like, has J Kim's class been your only class?
So I have been self-taught until I started doing the JKM classes. So it's basically the only class. Well, when I was small, I did dance classes, but that doesn't really count much now. So yeah, it's pretty much self-taught until I started doing the JKM classes.
I mean, that's pretty good because I've seen you dance. So,
Oh, thank you.
well, so what got you interested in dancing? Like, how did your journey begin?
Yeah, so for me, music has always been like a massive part of my life. Like I've always been part of like singing or dancing on my own or anything. But like when I was small, I did ballet, but it didn't really go anywhere. I stopped very early with that. And then like 2 years ago, I think, I just started like I got into K-pop and like legit listening to the music and everything, and I was like, let me start learning the dances. And then when the first JKIM class workshop thing opened up, some of my friends actually invited me and they were like, you should do this because you can dance. So then I signed up for it and I started attending the classes and everything.
Do you do both? Do you do just like K-pop covers or also normal like choreographies and stuff?
So I think it is mostly focused to K-pop specifically. Like when I perform, it's K-pop. I don't perform for any other dancing. But I have done covers of just normal songs, normal dances as well.
Okay, so would you say like that was when you started taking it more seriously, or were you always like very into doing covers of like dances and whatnot?
Oh, 100% no. I just did dancing for fun for a while, but then when I started with the classes, I realized like I can actually possibly take this a bit further than just doing it for fun and dancing for friends and family. I can actually like enter competitions with this and try and take it next level and possibly become like a backup dancer for something or one day, not yet.
You have plenty of time. I mean, you're only 18.
Yeah.
What was your impression of the previous classes? You took the previous in-person and online.
Yeah. So for me, my journey with JKM has been the workshop he did in person, then the online workshop that he did, and then this workshop again. And currently I am doing private classes with him as well.
Steps with Jay.
Just with yeah. So just with how much he has helped me improve with dancing, I find it so necessary almost for my growth to continue to do more of his classes because the amounts of things that I learned from him, and he does it like his way of teaching is really amazing. Like he's so open to mistakes, but he's not shy to tell you, listen, you're doing this wrong. This is how you fix it. This is how we do it. And he does it in such a nice way that he never discourages you as a dancer. It's like he gives you criticism, but it builds you up rather than breaking you down, which is something I have realized with a lot of dance teachers. It doesn't happen. It really feels like they're breaking you down rather than building you up and motivating you.
Yeah, no, I feel like that too. I feel like he's very much the definition of the word mentor. Like
Yes.
he doesn't, he's really building you up. It's not like he's trying to break you down to make you better. So
Yeah,
like I'm very
and he treats you like an equal. Like he doesn't treat you like he's the professional and you're just a baby student learning. He's like, no, we're all on the same level. Let's treat you like an equal. And that's like really amazing for me because then you don't feel like an idiot in his class. Like I don't know anything. I don't want to participate or anything.
Mhm. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you like a little bit more about Steps with Jay. So how's that been going? Like, is it a one-on-one or?
Yeah, so I'm doing the one-on-one classes where it's just me and him. The sessions we agreed to was 5 sessions, but 3 hours each. So it's like a really long time of dancing, but it's helping because the way that we're doing it is like building on the skills that I already have, but fixing them to make them perfect. Like taking the knowledge that I have as a dancer and expanding it and making it more efficient so that when I learn dances or when I perform or anything, I can do my best abilities.
So then the workshop that you just completed, what does that entail? Like the curriculum almost.
So the first week we did small group dances where we were separated into like groups of 3 or 4 per dance. I think we were 4 different groups. And then we all got to choose a song and we learned the choreo to that song. Like he cut the song obviously to make it a bit shorter because we all together created a program. So then we learned that choreo to that song, and that was what we did for the first week up until Thursday. Yes. And then on Friday we started learning a group dance, which we did until the next week Wednesday, which was all of us together, everyone from the program together. And then we went over everything on Thursday, and then on Friday and Saturday we performed at the KCC event.
Yeah, I had no idea you guys were going to do that. Looked like those dancing in public videos, those very professional looking ones.
It almost felt like that. I'm not gonna lie, it really did, because I mean the group that I was in, I didn't really know anyone with it, but just the amount of time we spent together learning the dance together, it almost feels like we're part of like a squad now, like doing K-pop covers or something.
So I'm guessing you guys have like made a lot of like friends within the group, just not even your own group, the whole group.
Yeah, no, that's very true because the previous program we were a lot more students because there was a morning class and an afternoon class, and like everyone came together to do one performance, but we were like 30-40 people dancing in that one. But with this one we were a lot smaller of a group, so it was like about 16-17 people dancing.
Okay.
And that means like we were a lot closer and everyone just got to know everyone and we got to perform together. Everyone's personalities were so much different, but yet we all clicked together. So yeah, it was really cool.
That's super cute. I forgot to ask you if you were part of the beginner or the advanced.
The advanced, the ones that performed.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So only the advanced performed.
Yeah. The beginner classes were just like people starting to learn how to, well, as I understood it, was people that were starting to learn how to dance, like building their skills. And then the advanced was more for us to just work on what we were going to perform and him to help us with our performance.
What do you think you've taken away from the workshop?
The thing is, after every workshop, I feel like I can almost visibly see the changes in my dancing abilities. And it's crazy to think because it's just 2 weeks. And it's like, yeah, but how can you improve that much in 2 weeks? But you can really almost, from everyone, I want to say, you can see the difference and the change in them, because even the people that are like good at dancing, like professional dancers already that attended the classes, they were like put into positions of being the team leaders. And even in that, they got to grow because then they have to do the placing and the moving of everyone and making sure everything looks good for the audience to watch and controlling the group. So in a way, I feel like everyone gets to improve their skills through the class. But for me specifically, what I've taken away from this is just the patience you need to have with dancing and learning a dance. Like, you can't force your body to do something it's uncomfortable to do, or to learn a dance, an entire dance in one day, because my abilities are not there yet. And I think it's amazing if yours are, but so just the patience that this has taught me to be like, okay, calm down, but not just with myself, but in making mistakes, you feel like, oh, I'm letting down the team, but then you realize everyone is making mistakes. So it motivates you as well.
We have spoken about Joachim a bit. I wonder if you want to elaborate more on just like your impression of him and how he was during the classes.
I mean, there's not a lot more I can say, just like he's a total different person than you would expect him to be. Because everyone, like, when they introduce him, they read his CV and it's like this massive thing. And you think, oh my goodness, it's this guy. He's so good. He's so out there and everything. And then you meet him and he's such a sweetie pie, and he just cares for all of the dancers, and he just makes sure everyone is okay at all times. And I mean, yeah, it's like, you can't explain him. I feel like I can't explain him until someone has met him themselves, because it's totally different than what you expect. The day before the performances, we had like the stage run through where we did like almost a proper, as if we were performing just with no crowd. And what I gathered from the group was like everyone's energy was like really low, and like we weren't really performing, and I could see that it was making everyone stress, because like, yeah. And then on the day of the performance, just the energy that everyone gathered from the crowd, like I didn't realize as a performer how much the crowd matters, because obviously for every performance, the crowd was different. Like some would have a lot more of the older generations watching, and other would have like the younger, very K-pop enthusiastic crowds. And the difference in the way that they cheered us on really, I think, made an impression on our performances. Because some days, like, you would dance and you would be like, yeah, that went well, but I was so focused on the dance. But with other performances, it was more like, I didn't even realize it was happening until it was over. Like, it happened so fast and it was so fun, and I really enjoyed it and everything. So that was really interesting to see. And I really enjoyed every experience. Like dancing in front of every group was fun for me. As like I'm still new in the performing part of it, so I haven't performed at a lot of places yet. So it was great for me to get that experience, since like we had 4 performances, 2 on Friday and 2 on Saturday. My group, we performed Super from 17. Which was really great, but we were only 4 people. So the 13 members like compiled into only 4 people trying to express the dance. I think personally, but that could just be my bias, we did really well, because it's easier to work with a smaller group and get everyone in sync. And with Super, I feel like being in sync and on time is really important. So I feel like it was easier because we were a smaller group, but we didn't have the same impact as we would have if we were a bigger group. The other groups performed Roar by the Boys, Deja Vu from 80s, and Anti-Fragile from Le Seraphim. So yeah, that was really amazing to see like the difference, because each one of those songs has a different vibe to it. So just watching them and like waiting for your performance and watching the other groups perform, and then cheering everyone on. It creates this amazing vibe and bond between the dancers because everyone is in the same boat. So it's like we have to perform, and like I'm anxious, but everyone else also has to perform and everything. And then Mr. Kim, he also did a performance of himself by the Truth Untold. Is that the song? Truth Untold from BTS?
Yeah.
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 And then we all performed Candy together with Mr. Kim as well. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. Like I've seen this video on, there is like that K Addicts page, Instagram page for like K-pop fans in South Africa. I'm not sure who runs it, but they made a post of our dance on their Instagram and so many people commented on it. And I was like, oh, that's crazy.
No, but I feel like South Africans also feel like our cover artists are like our own idols because we never get, the actual real experience. So whenever coverers like perform anywhere, the energy I feel like is almost the same as it would be at a real performance, at the actual performance.
That is true. They even told us, the people from KCC, they even told us, like, guys, please remember, you are like when you walk on, when you walk off, everything you do, you have to do it as if you're a K-pop idol. Because for South Africa, you are representing K-pop idols. And these people will most probably never get the opportunity to go to a concert or something. So this is what they get. So you need to be like a K-pop idol. And we're all like, oh, that is a lot of stress, but okay, we can do it. Like, shoo.
Were there any episodes during the whole like classes? Any like funny things that happened or like TMI?
So obviously the thing is, like, with the entire first week, everyone was like in their own groups. So you didn't really didn't spend time with the entire group. But it's interesting in the second week how much, because even then we split into two groups because there was like, it's too many people to work together. So I can't really say there was like anything funny that happened as a group compiled, or maybe I just don't remember them, but then, But I do remember this like massive speech we got that really like impacted me, because like it was part of that where they said, you guys are the image of K-pop. But we got this like massive speech about how, almost I want to say, bad we were doing. Like we weren't appreciating what we were given, the opportunity that we were given. It's like they said that it feels like we're just throwing it away. And everyone's mood after that changed, because it's like everyone's view changed. Like, oh my gosh, like this is like actually legitimately important. We need to start showing our appreciation for what is happening. So I do remember that happening. Also, like every time that you would be dancing and you would be practicing your dance, and then he would move between the two groups, or the four groups, and then he would just stand behind the group. And when he stands there, everyone just forgets how to dance. So everyone just starts messing up and throwing everyone off. And we're like, guys, we know this. Why is this happening every time? And then he gets like anxious because he's like, why are they messing up so much? And we're like, no, it's just, I don't know. This hasn't been happening. It's just because you were standing there. And like, how do we explain this? It's just, I don't know. It was, yeah, that was interesting to see.
We've spoken about everything that we need to. Just little question of how do you feel now about dance? You've said actually that you see now a future for yourself. Is there any plans going forward?
Not specifically any plans, but I really do want to enter the Changwon Festival. I'm still thinking of whether I would do it as like a group thing, like compile some of the friends I've made from this entire opportunity, or go into a solo dance or something. But I really feel like more confident to enter competitions and performances just for fun even now. Like, I don't think at the moment with like university and everything, I would like pursue going into being an actual backup dancer or anything. Just with the amounts of time, it's just not going to work. But definitely I will be focusing on like entering competitions and performances and everything, because just seeing like the support you get, because you think I'm not as good as the people I'm dancing with, so I'm gonna stick out. But then other people would come to you specifically afterwards and be like, oh my gosh, you did so well. And then you're just like motivated, like, oh, okay, so I can actually also dance. So yeah, I feel more motivated to dance at performances and actual events now. So I'm excited to do that.
I can't wait for Changon. I hope that, like, you know what, you should definitely form a group with everyone. Do Super Over with like the 13 members.
Oh, that would be great. I would really enjoy that.
It would take you.
that.
Yeah, so thank you so much for doing this with me. I'm guessing you're still writing and stuff. So good luck with your studies and whatnot. I hope that they go well.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just busy. That's all. It's fine.
I have empathy for you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you again.
Thank you. You too. I'll see you somewhere again.
Probably at the next dance class, if there's ever another one.
Oh, yeah. Next time you should join us, you know?
Yes, I will be there with you guys next time. Okay, well, I'll
Cool.
see you another time in another place.
Talk to you again. Okay, bye.
Bye.